Hey guys, what's going on? We are going to be doing some readings tonight. You guys, please check out the description so you can find out exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. I'm going to go over it briefly here in the beginning, but I'm going to need you to go and check that out yourself if you have more questions. Of course, ask me in the chat if you have more questions that you don't understand and can't get answered in the description. Everything should be pretty straightforward though. So real quick, we're going to do some free readings for, of course, my subscribers. Hey! Love you guys. And if you're not subscribed already, then go ahead and do that. It's very easy to do. I have the link in the description below if you can't just get to my channel for some reason. So tonight we're going to be looking at basically what you're up against in the next, few days this weekend. We're going to look at your general energy and your strengths, your weaknesses, and the overall outcome, your overall advice for the next 72 hours, okay? So, and this may shock some of you because I already know there's some people out there who are going through some shit that, like, they have no idea. These things are disregarded. These things are, like, not thought about, or either that or you're in denial of them completely. But there's just some of you out there I already know are going to be very shocked by some of these messages here. So just be prepared for the next 72 hours for some shit to go down for some of you. And I don't know exactly who you are, but I know you're going to be getting a reading tonight, so I'm excited to be able to do that for you. Let's look into this, you guys. How are you guys doing? Okay, so we have Hi Victorian Princess, Hi Shruti, Hi Olive, Hi Koza, Hi Denise. How are you guys? Okay, so I'm going to start off with, make sure you guys are subscribed if you aren't subscribed already, then make sure you go ahead and do that. And I'm going to start off here just going down the line. Also, you guys, if you don't want to wait in this line, you can always donate, and all the information for that's in the description below, of course. And I have this new thing now, too, so that if whoever does donate, say there's going to start to be a list of, donation readings, and that will be its own line. But basically, if you want to skip ahead of that line, too, and just get your reading, like, right now, you're like, fuck that, I don't even want to wait for the donation readings, then you have to add $3 to the donation, and then, hey, you'll get yours right away. So if you donate right now, obviously you're going to get it first because no one's donated yet, but once we start to get a line going, then you guys could even skip over that line. So it's kind of neat. Okay, so, but if you want to be patient and wait, that's fine. We'll get to everyone. So, I'm going to start off with, and you guys, these free readings are going to be your general energy, your hidden strengths, hidden weaknesses, and also the advice for you for the next 72 hours. Okay, some of you are really going to have some disturbing things go on, but it's going to be okay. We're going to make it through this. Okay, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it at all. That's why you're here. That's why you're going to get some insight. But if you do have a personal question that you want to ask, your own question, then please go ahead and look at the description and find out how to donate. All the information is there below. So let's start off with Victorian Princess. You were the first person here. So hi. We're going to look at basically your overall energy right now. And then some things you aren't, so sure about here, which are some hidden strengths, hidden weaknesses. These strengths are going to help you to get through these obstacles in the next 72 hours. Obviously, you're the first one here. There's a reason for that. Let's look at what your current energy is now. Okay, so Sagittarius, you could be a Sag, or there could be a Sag around you, or in your mind, in your presence, in your space, basically, you thinking about this very much. But if not, if there's no Sag, we're just talking about basically you're in a good place right now, generally. Like, you're not too worried, I don't think, about these, the next 72 hours. Hate to bring negativity to your situation because it looks like you have a lot of positivity right now in your life, which is great. So let's see about these hidden strengths here, because you're going to have a couple disturbing events happen probably pretty soon. Within the next 72 hours, I wouldn't be surprised if, things kind of get turned over in a way that you didn't expect. So we're going to look at what your strengths are. When these things go down, what can you lean on for support for yourself? Fairness. Equality. And also another thing, Victorian Princess. the Justice card, this is the Libra card, by the way. But aside from that, this card represents karma. So it's probably the case that whatever's going on is really just what's supposed to be happening right now. This is the way it's supposed to be. Even if it's hard, even if it's easy. I mean, it's going to be quite shocking, but it still is how it's supposed to be right now. So that's the thing. You just have to kind of roll with it. It's really nothing you can do to change that. But just try to stay balanced. Try to keep your head fair. Try to keep, you know, everybody kind of getting along, and try to see both sides and try to understand the situation you're dealing with, okay? Because that's going to help you the most. So what are these weaknesses here that are there to hinder you? Only to hinder you. That you are not aware of right now. What are these hidden weaknesses that cause a block for you and do not allow you to see through to your strengths? What should they be prepared for in the next 72 hours? Tell me what her weaknesses are. Action before thinking. So you really do have to be careful that you're not just going and impulsively taking action, because it's going to cost you in the end. You know, you're going to have some regrets here. This is moving too soon, premature movement. You're not thinking things through. You're kind of just going for it. And it's really kind of careless, and I could see how that could affect you in the next 72 hours. You need to be careful. You need to be thinking things through before you're actually taking action here. So real quick, we're going to look at, and this flew out too. So that means you do have a certain direction, a certain determination, a certain path you're going on that you're already aware of. And that's good, which kind of leads me to believe that you generally, this spontaneity here, it's not even spontaneity. It really is kind of just like without thinking. You're kind of, in a way, reckless. Not trying to be, but it's just the way that it comes out. It's just right then and there without thinking. You just feel like now's the time, and it's not the time. So, yeah, basically just, you know, you have a steady direction, and I think you should just stay on that path if you can. And just to recap here, you know, you're in generally a good place. There's going to be some upheaval here in the next few days, but really basically your only strength that is going to work for you the most is basically you to have fairness and you to see both sides of the situation to keep things fair, but also know that this could be a karmic situation for you. So obviously there's not much you can do about that, but you just kind of have to roll with it. Your best bet is to think before taking action, and also to, you know, keep things fair and keep things balanced if you can, okay? So basically, and also stay on your path. You have a set path, you need to stay on it. Okay, in the next 72 hours, Princess, thank you so much. Let's move on to, let's see, I think we had somebody here first before, yeah, let's go with Shruti. We're going to look at your general energy right now, Shruti. Your general energy right now, and then we're going to look at basically what is your strength that you can lean toward. Okay, so your general energy right now is basically feeling stuck, feeling lost, feeling kind of trapped, feeling stuck, you know, feeling like your hands are tied, literally. Your hands are tied, and the thing to know about this card is that if you're feeling this way right now, or thinking this way, it's swords, so you're thinking, you know, it's mental energy. It's not actually happening, though. It's basically just in your head. So that's kind of cool, because it's like, whatever you're thinking, you're feeling like it's the end of the world, like you're so overwhelmed, like what do I do? But really, it's in your head. So just try to keep that in mind in the next few days, and now as well. What are your strengths that you can lean on here in the next 72 hours when shit goes down for you? I just want you guys to know the people that I'm called to give readings for tonight, obviously there's something going on or about to go on. So I just want you guys to think about the things that you can do to prepare for this, and obviously that's why we're doing these readings. These are your strengths. This is going to be for Shruti. What are your strengths? Giving. Okay, lending a hand, and probably to somebody younger than you. So this upheaval might have something to do with someone younger than, or your south node. But basically it's just somewhere in your chart strong, that escapist tendency. So let's look at your general overall advice here for this situation and this outcome here. Next 72 hours, what does she need to know? What do we see happening? Okay, so it looks like you come out of this pretty swiftly. It seems like you kind of, either somebody comes in to offer you their cup. It could even be a love offer, maybe something you're not expecting, somebody from the past, quite possibly. We still have those retrograde Mercury vibes going around, so it's like somebody from your past or somebody, some lingering feelings from the past could be coming back to surface now. And this is something to be aware of, because you're giving here as your strength, and then you're being given too. So it's interesting because it kind of plays out in the end. It's kind of something that if you give, then you get. So that's something to pay attention to as well. And this stuck feeling, you know, it could go away a lot sooner than you think. And it's not as bad as you think. Like, I just want you to know that it really is in your head. So when these things start coming into play, you should start to recognize that, and it will feel a lot better for you, and it'll feel like things are a lot more possible for you. It's not going to be as overwhelming. So yay! I'm going to switch decks really quick, you guys, because this one's just kind of huge, and I don't know if you can see it very well. Okay. So let's move on to Richa. How you doing, you guys? Can you go ahead and like this video, please? I'd really appreciate that. Let's look at what's your general energy now? Can we pick up on the energy of Richa now? Currently, please. Ooh. Okay. Somebody is making wishes, or you're having kind of like hopeful, or wishful thinking, I should say. Wishful thinking, you're hoping for things to kind of work out in a certain way. You're like really, you're really kind of dreaming about a certain thing, or a certain outcome, or a certain maybe person. You just want something to go a certain way, and you're really kind of dedicated to this. Like, it would be a big letdown if it didn't follow through, if it didn't come through in that way. But it's just kind of saying be careful what you wish for too, because you just might actually get what you wish for, and it might be something that you're not ready for exactly. So let's see about your strengths here to get through this situation coming up for you. What is the hidden strength that they can lean on to get them through the next 72 hours, and when this upheaval happens, when this craziness tries to bring them down? What are we seeing them lean towards for better hopes and better outcomes, better strengths? Okay. Well, it's going to take some work, and that's fine. You know, it's just basically like you being dedicated to something. It could even be like a new hobby, something that just takes your mind away from things. It could be, you know, something that just makes you feel very dedicated, happy to be alive, something that you're just digging your elbows into. You're not even looking up. I mean, it's just something you're so dedicated to that everything else kind of just vanishes. So I would say if you don't have something like that now, that's what you need to look into, in like starting now, because it's going to really help you to kind of get through whatever it is that's coming, whatever it is that happens. You know, it's something that you need to like focus on, is getting distracted with this new hobby, and not just distraction, right, but something that's going to get you feeling better and feeling like you're doing something for a good purpose. So this is something that it could be new, but I feel like it's something that maybe you put on the shelf a little bit for a while, and now you're going to be picking it back up and actually giving it a possibility in your life. And I think that's something you should really look towards and be happy about. So let's continue on to your hidden strengths here. What are your hidden strengths? Weaknesses. What are these weaknesses that you are not prepared for? You're in denial of them. You don't recognize them as weaknesses or things that can hinder you now. Okay, so there is tension with people around you, or there was, or there will. You know, obviously there's going to be a little bit more of that as we move forward into the next few days, but basically you need to pay attention to how this tension is actually creating upheaval more in your life than necessary. I mean, you don't regard it as a problem. Maybe you think these people are not important in your life, or you're thinking like it really isn't going to make a difference, but it really is going to make a difference now. It's more than one person too. So I would say that you really need to watch out for that, just because it's something that, can really affect you and can really, hinder things in your life. You don't need this extra stress, extra tension, and you're kind of looking at it like it's not a big deal. And I just would advise you to start paying attention to it and trying to bring more harmony to your life, rather than allowing this drama and negativity to, remain. Because it's only serving to hinder you. that's why you kind of have to be distracted, and you're by yourself here too. In this strength you have, it's like you're getting away from everything and all the drama, but it's not really going to help you when you come back and have to face those people again. So let's look at your advice here at the end. Advice here at the end. It shows that basically you're able to take care of yourself, and that's another thing too. I do see you being alone a lot for the next few days. Like, if not alone because you can't be alone, say you're babysitting or something, for example, well, you're wanting to be, you know, it's like you're wanting to get away and be in, you know, be by yourself and just be kind of isolated from everyone else, like purposefully, because it's just too much drama, it's too much tension, and, you know, that makes sense. But you need to face these people eventually, and that's something that you don't understand, is that not getting along with people really is only hindering you, and if there's something you can do to make the situation better, that's what I advise you to do as soon as possible. But basically here, your outcome and your advice is basically just focus on how you can take care of yourself. If anything happens, you know you have your own back, and you know that you're okay. You know, you have your pentacles here, and you're also still giving to people. So if you've been kind of selfish, or you've been kind of closed off, try to open up a little bit more and try to just give of yourself, even if you don't expect things in return. Like, that's not what I mean. I don't mean like giving to get. I mean like literally just giving because that's who you are and that's the person that you want to radiate to others, you know? And that should help clear up some of this tension with these people. They'll see like, okay, this person's a giving person. Maybe I'm being over dramatic, or I'm just like letting this go on too long, you know? Maybe I should just like forgive them, or we should just get along now, because they're trying to put their best foot forward and be nice. So that's your job the next few days. Let's see who else is here. Hey, you guys. Lizzie, hi. Okay, Lizzie, let's see for you. What's Lizzie's energy right now today? Oh, it looks like you it looks like you're kind of closed off a bit. You are not taking any offers, you're not giving any offers. You're kind of just like being stubborn as fuck right now, which is fine, you know, we all have days like that, but it's just, you know, your energy right now is very no, I don't care. I don't care if it's a good idea. I don't care if you know, it's just very, very closed off and stubborn, and who knows why. Maybe only you would know why, but it doesn't really matter at this point. What matters is what these strengths are that you're going to need to lean on in the next couple days here. What are these strengths that you can lean on? There you go. Peace, harmony, spreading that, trying to spread that and share that with the world, with the people around you, trying to create more harmony, trying to create more happiness, you know, just like literally actually trying to create happiness. Because this person here, you see how they are, they're pouring that cup of water into the other cup, and they're going to be pouring it into this stream of water here and sharing it with all the people in the village down below. So it's like, obviously they're sharing what they have. They're sharing something that's giving life to people and keeping people alive and healthy and happy. So obviously this is something that you're going to be like fulfilling people. You're going to be like giving people something to actually live, to actually, you know, feel better, and to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like feel refreshed, and just to be, I guess, cleansed is another word I'm hearing. Liberated, or fulfilled, given new life, given hope, given happiness. I mean, these are cups. This is also the Sag card, so Sagittarius, if that's you, or someone around you, or someone that you're giving this to specifically and especially. So let's see what your weaknesses are here. So giving life, giving that water, giving that emotional cup, that sharing there. Don't be closed off. See, that's not helping you. That's why your general disposition right now is closed off. And it's asking you to open up and give. Give that emotion, give that support emotionally. Give that water. So let's see. And your hidden weakness here. Okay, so interesting. We do see that you are wanting love. I think maybe that's probably the reason that you're closed off here right now, and that's because obviously, you know, something's happened and it's created you, or it's created a situation for you to want to be closed off because you don't want to be open. You don't want to open up again and, you know, risk getting hurt. And that's very understandable. The reason that this is a weakness for you, though, is because basically this is what you're focused on, this is what you're wanting, and this is what's bringing you down. Because you're wanting all of these opportunities for love, all of these opportunities for your cup to be overflowed. But don't you see here that you already have that cup? You are the one holding this cup. These are your strengths here, and you're holding this cup. And you're sharing that with the world. So while you're waiting for your cup to be filled, you're missing out on a really great opportunity for you to fill your own cup just by filling others. Because that's what's going to bring you happiness here. It's not about new opportunities for love. Like, it's not about looking outside of yourself for this fulfillment. It's about giving it and then feeling it because you're giving it. It's like giving to get, but not. You know what I mean? Like, you're not giving to get, but that's what you're going to get in the end, is the satisfaction. And this cup will be overflowed. Because basically, if you're giving so much to other people, you're going to be receiving. That's just the way that it works. So let's see what the advice generally for you is as we move forward towards these next few days. Woo! You got a whole lot coming out here. So the High Priestess comes out whenever I feel like you already kind of understand exactly what you need to do, or you understand like what I'm getting at for you. This should not be confusing. This probably makes perfect sense to you. That's what the High Priestess comes out for me for anyway when I'm reading for somebody. It always comes out because it's telling you like that person gets it intuitively. Like, you kind of just understand overall what it is that you need to do and what it is that it's saying to you. Let's pull another one just in case that isn't the truth for you. But yeah, you could be having a lot of realizations right now too. Like, things are coming to light in the next few days. They'll be coming to light. And while you're going through this process, they'll be coming to light. You'll be seeing things will be right out there in the open. This is not about denial anymore. This is about seeing things as they clearly are. So try to not deny things. Try not to deny things as much as possible. Like, try to really see reality for what it is. Even if it's hard, it's going to be a lot easier for you later on. And, you know, it's going to be a lot harder for you if you keep denying it. Obviously, you have a lot to give people, so you just need to open your eyes to that and recognize your power in that. Recognize that you do have a lot to give, and people need it. So, it's your turn. You know, it's your turn. You got that? You got that? Alright. Switching decks again. Thanks for liking, you guys, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get to you. Let me know if you're new here. Let me know if you're new. Slinky deck coming your way. This thing is crazy. It's like, it's probably going to go everywhere right now. Or in a little bit, a couple minutes, as I keep using it. I'm already a sloppy shuffler as it is, but then you bring this deck into the picture and it's like, oh god. Get ready. Cards are going to be flying. Okay, so Twinkle. Twinkle, yada. Okay, we're going to look at your next few days, Twinkle. Obviously, I was called to your name in here, so let's see what's going on for you. What's your general energy here? Woo! There you go! Okay, so it seems like you're in an energy of either you're keeping people's secrets or you have many secrets. You're trying to be kind of to yourself right now. You're trying to kind of, you know, pick up on things intuitively. You could be having a lot of intuitive insights right now, like a lot of things just coming to you out of nowhere. You have no idea why, but it's happening, and you're just like, I know that that's what this is. Like, you're just feeling shit on a really high level, and you don't know why, but that's called intuition, baby. You better listen to it. So that's cool. You're getting a lot of insights right now from your guides and from your higher powers and everybody that's, you know, looking down on you, your spirit guides, whoever you want to call it, whatever you believe in. Everyone's different, I know. It's just nice. It's just basically people and energies around you that are, you know, basically you're in a good place because you're hearing a lot of messages and you probably know exactly what's going on, really. But you may not think you do. So let's see what your hidden strengths are here. We do have the Empress here too, so there's new opportunity for you that you aren't recognizing yet. But just know it's got a lot of potential, and it's going to be a new beginning. It could be a pregnancy, so be careful with that, or congratulations. So let's see here. What are your hidden strengths here to focus on in the next few days while going through this upheaval? What is your strength here? Ooh! Alright. So being dedicated to something, being respectful of something, and actually caring what, you know, doing the right thing and things like that. I don't want to say caring about what other people think, because like fuck that, but I'm saying like you're trying to actually be considerate of what the right thing is, and you're doing the right thing. You're trying to stay on a straight narrow path, you know, you're trying to be a good person. You're trying to be somebody who is worth looking up to and being admired, and also you're admiring your higher ups and people that you respect, and you're giving people a lot of respect right now. So that's your hidden strength here, and that could be because the people around you really are either, like I said, you are holding a lot of secrets right now, so people could be respecting you for that, and maybe you're respecting them for opening up to you. Whatever the case may be, the people around you in your society right now, in your community, are really going to be important for you right now, for you to look up to and for you to have good relationships with them. You're getting closer with people that you never thought you'd be getting close to, or you're getting insights on people that you never understood before. You don't even understand how you're getting them, but they're just coming in, either from these people or just intuitively yourself. So I feel like people are kind of on this vibe of like, you get me, even if they haven't even spoken to you, you know what I mean? And so it's just kind of like a freaky thing, but it's cool to be in that position. So let's see what your hidden weaknesses are. What are these weaknesses that are there to hinder that you do not understand or recognize now? Okay, clarity. So you could, let me guess, these insights that are coming in, you're kind of confused as to why they're coming into you. You're confused as to why you're being chosen in this position. You're confused as to if they're really real or not. So you're sitting there like, here, like, okay, yes, I'm hearing all these things, and then you're like, that can't be. Like, how would I know that? And how would that just come to me? Like, there's no way. So you're second guessing yourself. I feel like things are clear and they're right out there in the open for you, but you are struggling to see that. You know, you are struggling to accept that, and the things that you are accepting are very difficult to accept, or things that are shocking that you never thought. Like, you're just kind of like, this changes things, like, for me, in reality, like, this changes everything. So you're not really trying to see it for what it is, and that's only going to hinder you in the future and as you move forward towards these next few days. Okay, so try to just allow the sun to shine and see what it has to shine on. Like, look at it and don't deny that to yourself, because it's really going to help you in the end. It's going to be a powerful thing for you instead of a thing that's too hard for you to handle or take or accept. Okay, so try your best to accept whatever it is that comes your way. Just recognize it as divine timing. It's supposed to be there. You're being chosen to receive it, so just understand that. Better than being in the dark, right? So what is your advice overall as we move forward through these next couple of days? Cool. I'm just going to take these. So a few came out here. We do have Judgment, so obviously use yours. It's there for a reason. But also, you know, the Five of Swords. So you are in a position of either people are mad because, again, you know so much or you understand them. Some people don't like that. Some people don't like when you understand them. You know what I mean? And they didn't want you to. Like, they're trying to be hidden, or they're trying to be, like, low-key, and you're like, I have figured you out, and they're just, like, feeling very exposed. So you have to be careful with that. So don't, you know, really reveal that to people. Like, but I feel like they're just going to know, because they're going to pick up on, like, you're seeing right through me, aren't you? Okay, this is very uncomfortable for me. So just don't, like, let that get to you. There are going to be a few haters. There are going to be a few people that are kind of resentful of that. But use your better judgment on how to protect yourself from these people. Like, obviously make distance from people who are looking to harm you, if there are any. You should be able to pick up on that pretty easily. Just make sure you're listening to that judgment of yours. And then we have hope here. We have a lot of positive energy for you. This is also Aquarius. Could be an Aquarius in your life, or you could be an Aquarius as well. But if not Aquarius, we're just talking here about basically very good positive energy. So try to keep that up, and try to not allow negative thoughts to control your mood and your attitude toward life in the next few days, because it's going to be important that you're thinking positive thoughts, that you're trying to uplift yourself and others, trying to keep that positive energy around you, and that should be working for you a lot better than the opposite. So, yay. Not too difficult. I think you can do it. I think you can make that happen. Twinkle. And Mama B. Mama B, yes, these are reads for your current energy, and then your hidden strengths, your hidden weaknesses, and the overall advice for the next few days for you. For some people, it's going to be a pretty crazy time. There's going to be some upheaval, and so I feel like that's why these readings are, I'm being called to do these readings tonight on this subject, because I feel like there's a lot of people who are just going through some shit or about to, and they have no idea how to, cope with and handle the situation, and those hidden strengths within them that they need to recognize, and they need to also recognize those hidden weaknesses that really are just there to harm and hinder and limit you. So let's look at those for you. Look at your current energy here. If you do have a personal question though, Mama B, you can go ahead and donate, and all the information, you guys, is in the description below, as always, of course. If you don't want to wait and you want to skip ahead and get your own question answered, then all the information is in the description below. So, let's look at you, Mama B. What is current energy here? What are we looking at here? What do we have to look forward to? What is your overall disposition currently? Okay, somewhat of a boss. You are responsible, you are looking over things, you are, taking care of business, and people respect you, and people know that you're the one in charge, and they're not trying to fuck with that, so that's good. You have a lot of authority right now. Also, this is the Aries card, so that you could be an Aries, or there could be Aries strong around you, or maybe strong even in your chart. So let's look around here. This is a responsible person who's highly respected and taking care of things. Respected, not feared, okay? It's an important difference. You actually are respected here, so that's good. What are your hidden strengths that you need to lean on in the next few days? What is the upheaval here? That's what we need to add to this, is what is this upheaval? What do we need to know about this upheaval? Okay, hidden strengths. Save your money. For the love of God, do not spend your money. Save up. It seems like you're pretty good at that already. Like, you have a good head on your shoulders about this. Like I said, you're pretty responsible right now, and you're taking care of things. But basically, the next few days, it's going to be something about money or something about feeling. It might not even be literally that you're losing money or you don't have enough, but it's that energy of scarcity. Like you're not going to have enough eventually, or you're going to lose it all at some point. Like, that's what the energy is. So that's why it's asking you, look, do yourself a favor, save yourself the money, save yourself the time and the energy. Do not spend anything that you don't have, and save up and start to build that foundation so you cannot have to feel afraid and in fear or worried at all. You have your own back because you saved for that rainy day, right? So let's look at your hidden weaknesses. These things are only there to hinder you, and I feel like you're not really aware of them, or you're disregarding them as important weaknesses that could really hinder you. Okay, yes. There's definitely some disappointments you've been through, and I feel like it does probably have to do with some project or some kind of new thing you were attempting to do or finish or complete or get started even. And it could be something to do with a younger earth sign person too, which would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But basically, all that aside, we're talking about a person who's kind of negative. They feel let down. They feel like something that happened in the past, it is just all that they're focused on. So you're basically focused on something that's already happened, and you need to just focus on the future. You see these 2 cups here? These are still possibilities for you. You can actually still make something happen. But I warn you, okay, because you can do something new and do something different. Because if you do something the same, you do the same thing with these cups, you're just going to get the same result and be disappointed. So a lot of us, that's what we do. We just keep doing the same thing. But if you break the cycle here, you go over this bridge back here, you go over that bridge, and you find this castle here, and that represents uncharted territory. That represents new beginnings and new possibilities and something you haven't done before, something you've never considered, a way you've never gone, something different, something new, something with a lot more possibility here for you. That's what I want you to focus on, okay? because that's what you're disappointed, you're let down, and that's all you're focused on. And this negative energy is really going to show you, it's going to make you feel like you can't do anything, like you're limited. And you shouldn't feel that way right now. You do have a lot of possibility here. Straight up, you have so much possibility and you don't even see it. So hopefully you're able to recognize that a little bit now. Loosen up a little bit. I feel like you're the one who's always in charge, or you're the one who is always handling everything and making sure everyone's okay, and it's kind of like no fun time for you. You need to kind of, you know, give yourself that energy, that time, and that space. So overall advice for you now is going to be basically, you know, you're giving, or you're, okay, so it could even be both, actually. This is somebody who is needy, obviously. They're homeless or on the street, and this person is like giving, I don't know if it's crumbs or coins, whatever it is, they're giving because that's what they have to give. So this is something material. This is something, probably something to do with value. Like it has, you know, it's either money or, you know, an item that's worth money. Or it makes you feel secure in some way. So it definitely is a material item. It's not like a feeling or emotion, but it is giving a material item. So you could also be receiving a material item, and it can be also both. So, I mean, right now it's going to be important for you to be giving. Also, ask for help if you need it. Give help when you have the help to give. You know, if you see, not literally like if you see someone on the street, like, yeah, of course, I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead, but it's more talking about, like, when people are asking for your help or advice or anything, and literally it probably will be money or some kind of, like, literally, can you help me do, like, something physical, you know, it's something that's in the material world. It's not going to be something like, oh, can we talk about how I feel? It's going to literally be like, can you help me with this? Can you move this for me? Or can you lend me this? Or can I lend you that? So it's either you helping them with something material or them helping you. And it's going to make both of you guys feel more secure. So that's a good thing. And that's what you need to look towards, is actually listening to that. When people are asking for help, and then when you need help, actually asking for it. Okay? Because people are there to help you. You just kind of need to open up to that idea. You don't always have to be the only one who can take care of things. You can get a little bit of help every now and then. You know, there are people around you and they look up to you, so I wouldn't doubt if they would be, like, more than happy to help you with whatever it is. So, don't be shy. Don't feel like you have to always be the one. So, okay. Sadaf Khan. Sadaf. Let's see what your current energy is, love. What is your current energy here? What is your current energy here? Current energy of Sadaf. Current energy of Sadaf. Thanks for liking this video, you guys, if you haven't yet. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. We do these free reading nights a few times a month. So if you are subscribed, then you won't miss those readings, okay? You can get here early and ask your questions first. So subscribe if you haven't yet. I'd love to have you here. Welcome. All right. So, Dog, what is your current energy, love? What is your current energy right now? Just like the last reading. So either you are in this position of giving or you're in a position of receiving, right? So whatever it is, like if you are having a hard time asking for help, then, you know, you should really understand that there are people around you right now who are there to help you. Like they are more than willing. So, I mean, if you do need the help, definitely be asking for it. Like you will receive. And if you are in the position to give, then please do that, you know, give. Because there's people around you who, you know, we've all been in one of these positions, in a position of needing, and in a position of having and being able to give to someone who needs. So don't, you know, let that karma balance out. And if you have it right now, then go ahead and help. If you don't, then go ahead and ask. You know, if you really need the help, don't be afraid to ask people around you, because you will receive. Okay? And so here, let's see your hidden strengths here to get through the next few days for you. What do we need to know about the next few days? And what's going to be... Oh, this one is for you for sure. Look at that. Well, it looks like you're very focused on your items, your material items, your valuable items, money, you know, whatever it is that makes you feel secure. It's going to be material items, though, or money. So you're here focused on solely that. And that's one of the reasons probably that you are in this position to give. And it's actually not even giving material, it's kind of giving emotionally too. It's not even like just giving of money or literally like an item. It's more like support. So here we see that you are in a position actually to give money too, but I mean, this is what you're focused on the most. So maybe that's why this is coming out, because it's going, look, you've got money and you're focused on this. This is like your sole focus. But the thing is, like, there's more important things, and there's people that actually need you to be there emotionally. There's people that need you to stop caring so much about your possessions. And that's your strength here. So obviously that's something you've leaned towards for a long time. That's something that you've really, like, helped you feel secure. But right now, there are going to be people calling to ask you for emotional support, advice, some kind of, like, leaning on. So let's look at your weaknesses here. I feel like this is more of a weakness than a strength, really. But we're going to see the light in it in a couple seconds, I'm sure, with these next cards. The Devil's here is your outcome. There are yeah, because obviously, the King of Pentacles, he's just so absorbed in his, you know, in his material items, in his possessions, in his money. But that's the thing, like, that has been your strength for a long time. I feel like some South Node energy, like, basically you're leaning towards your past life, or you're leaning towards your old ways, you know, it's called, basically. Your old ways that are trying to be released from you in this incarnation, but you are attached, and it feels secure to you. So you're not quite evolved yet, you're not quite growing at the, you know, you still have some lessons to learn, hun, and basically you're going to be headed towards this Devil here in the next few days. But the reason for that is because you're leaning towards your old ways, you're leaning toward habits that are unhealthy for you. It's not all your fault. I mean, it's something that really tries to reel you in. It's something that, like, is hard to just shake off. It's not that simple. Okay, so it's not all your fault. It's just something that you need to be aware of, something that you need to focus on and be prepared for. That whatever temptations or whatever things try to pull you in, make you do bad stuff or think bad things, or, you know, just get yourself into some trouble, that's all going to be trying to get your go in the next few days. So you just have to remember, okay, don't be too focused on your material, okay, because that has been your strength for a long time, but that can be let go of any time now. You know, you need to connect with people. That's what's most important, and that's what you're going to be called to do, and you're going to be challenged. You know, this is going to be a test for you, so let's see if you can do it. I believe you can. Just try to recognize the weakness and the strengths, you know, and why those are important for you now. Okay. And don't beat yourself up too hard. This is the Devil. You know, he's a trickster, and he gets you where you're weakest. So just remember that. You know, just remember that it's hard, but you can do it. You can resist the temptations that you know are bad for you. You already know. It's not like it's something you don't understand. You just have to be prepared for that, okay? And then you got to be ahead of the game, and then you're good. Nothing can get you then. And that's kind of rare. We can't always be ahead of the game, but now you can. For at least this situation, right? Who is a water sign here? Young water sign person. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody either who's gotten a new love offer recently, who has offered somebody love recently, or shared their emotions. This is the beginning stages of a relationship, so I would say someone was offered a connection, or someone is offering one. Who is that out there? I know there's somebody out there like this. This just came out for me right now. If you guys have personal questions, I'd love to answer those for you. Just go ahead and look in the description and see how you can donate, and then you can get your question answered right away, okay? No waiting at all. Check that out, because I want to answer some of these questions. Very interesting. I feel kind of compelled to go ahead and just answer some anyway. Maybe I'll just start with some. But I can't get to everybody, okay? You guys will have to donate if you want to ask your own questions, okay? But I do want to answer some of these questions. It's very interesting. We might have to do a raffle or something. No Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces out there, you guys? I know that's a lie. Okay, you're being shy. Be shy then. I know that's a lie. I know that there is somebody out there. Probably the first person to comment is like a water sign and totally doesn't want to like say that. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna start answering some of these questions. I'm bored of this. I'm bored of this reading now. If you guys do want this kind of reading, though, let me know. But I'm gonna start answering some questions now. What is my person's feelings and intentions for me? Soul. Soul. This is for soul. Person's feelings and intentions. Feelings and intentions. Your person's feelings and intentions. This is a person who, you know, wants you to take responsibility for something, or they are very responsible. They're taking responsibility for something themselves. So this is usually a person who needs to give responsibility, though. Let's see why this is coming out. Is this a new connection or old connection? I would say it would be something more seasoned if there's some kind of responsibility needing to be taken, but maybe they feel like they need to protect you, or there's some kind of responsibility that they need to have over you, or, you know, to take care of you, or they feel like protecting you in some way. Huh? So basically we do have the Wheel of Fortune here. If you are able to take responsibility for something that you know you need to take responsibility for, that's something that's going to help you, and also the person that we're talking about here. If, you know, vice versa, that could work for them as well. And also the cards are saying be honest. So if there's something that happened recently and you're needing to just kind of like be straightforward, okay, don't beat around the bush, don't try to tell them how you feel, don't try to ask them how they feel. It's not about that for them. It's about literally what happened. What are the facts? What is going on here? What is it that we're talking about? Or is this something that, you know, it's not about how we feel, it's about what happened. What is it? You know, what went down? So that's what you need to take responsibility for, and that's going to help you tremendously. And if it's you asking them to take responsibility, then them being honest is obviously going to help tremendously, and your guys' connection should be able to flourish. What else do we have here? What are their intentions? So either they're intending for you, they'd like you to be honest and straightforward about something that went down, and that's going to help you guys a lot. Or, basically that's what they're going to be doing. So their feelings and intentions. Feelings and intentions for soul. Feelings and intentions for soul here. Feelings and intentions for soul. Cycles. So this is something that needs to be broken. This is something that needs to kind of break down and find a new way. You know, find a new way of going toward your goal. I mean, this path you've been on has been, it's, you know, you're going in circles and you're just coming back to the same thing, and it's obviously going to lead to the same result. So obviously there's something here that is like happening again and again and again. Either feelings are being disregarded, or somebody is not being paid attention to, somebody's not being respected or given the attention they need, or there's not respect given. I'm hearing there's like something where somebody isn't getting something, like someone isn't getting what they need from the person. And so that's happening again and again. This is not the first time. I feel like it's a repeated thing. And if this is a new connection and this isn't a repeated thing with you guys, this is obviously either a repeating thing in their life or a repeating thing in yours. And it could even be both. So maybe that's why you guys have attracted each other, because obviously you're just not giving each other what you need. There's something missing, and you're feeling like you need to chase around a person, or you're feeling like you need to be chased. you know, and that's an unhealthy thing, but obviously that's kind of a pull that you would feel when there's an unhealthy thing, you know, from upbringing or whatever you want to blame it on, but there's some kind of need that's not being met, but it keeps circulating, it keeps happening again and again, and you guys keep trying to fulfill that, and it keeps going back to something that it's not working. But you guys need to switch it up and do something different, and someone needs to take responsibility here too, so that you can kind of like pave the way for a new kind of path for you guys. If this is a new connection for you too, and this doesn't make sense for your newest connection, then this is something that you need to do for yourself, because that's where this relationship is going to go too. If you don't like fix that, if you don't change that up a little bit, you know, if you don't break that cycle, then that's going to happen again in this relationship. So, Vanessa, go ahead and ask you guys, what is the Taurus's intentions and next actions for me? Taurus for Vanessa. Taurus person's actions toward Vanessa in the next few days. Or whenever. Somebody's texting you. Next few days, what are the Taurus person's actions toward Vanessa? Honesty and healing. So there is going to be some straight up cutthroat honesty, some communication that maybe isn't too, it's not really about being nice, and it's not about being considerate of your feelings either. It's really just about what the truth is, and that person is going to be very straightforward and cutthroat honest in a way that seems harsh and impersonal. But it's going to cause a couple of tears here, but it's going to lead you toward healing. So I feel closure here in some way, closure for you, and this could be unrelated to that person, right? What are their next actions towards you? Closure. You're going to be healing. It's going to be hurtful, but you're going to heal from it. And this is something that you've needed to have. Closure. If not this person, it's someone else, obviously. Whoever the closure person you're needing it from is. So let's see here. Anything else we need to know? It says you already know. The High Priestess for me always comes out when I feel like the person I'm reading for knows what I'm saying, what I'm getting at, and what they need to do. So basically, you, if you still feel like that's not true, like you're like, no, I don't know what I need to do, what the hell, then that happens, you know, and that's probably because you're not very aligned with your intuition and with your inner, you know, voice. So basically, you need to like try your hardest to meditate and get right with that girl, get right with that shit, get right with that inner voice, because that thing is trying to come out and tell you some shit, and you're just not listening. You're just disregarding, you know. But if you do feel like, okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying, then great, you're on the right path. You're on a good, you know, you got a good start. But basically here, if you don't feel like you're like still very, very, very confused, and you're like, I have no idea what the fuck you mean, like, then that's obviously because you're not listening to that intuition of yours. You could be out of alignment with it. Let's get a couple more for you. When it comes to love and things like that, we, you know, sometimes we want to believe what we want to believe. And even though we know what the truth is, we want to believe what we want to believe. So that's the thing that hinders us from seeing the actual truth and healing. It says take action, and you will have the opportunity to take action too. See what this is regarding when it comes to love or connection. A connection where you feel very close to a person, like you guys see eye to eye. It's connected in such a way that you feel like you're on the same page. There's no imbalance of power. There's no disrespect. There is no control or power trips. Nothing like that. It's same level. You guys have the same likes, dislikes, desires, goals, wants, needs. You know, not 100% to a T. Obviously, you're different people, but you're on the same page. You're on the same like road, and you're going the same way. So it just feels like this person is in alignment with you, and that's one of the best cards you can get, I think, for connecting with a person. So it says take action and try to connect, or take action and try to see what's there with them, or it shouldn't be hard to see. That's the Two of Cups there. So it should not be something that's like hard to see. If it's there, you're going to feel it, and there's nothing you can do to not feel it. You're going to feel it. Like, and you're going to be like, I can't, even if you don't want to feel it, you're going to feel it. Because it's just a thing that kind of grabs you. It's like that connection where they're looking into each other's eyes and they see right through each other. Not in a bad way, like in a good way, in the best way. Like there's no hiding from me because I get you. And I'm the same way, you know? We're on the same page right now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Don't try. Don't try. Don't try to change that. It's beautiful. Okay. Also, Ten of Pentacles here, so you could be starting a business, you could be getting money, receiving money, maybe working hard, now you're going to get some rewards for that. There is money coming in, there's some kind of security coming in as well. This is 10 of Pentacles. It's the best you can get really here, and I don't give readings just saying like, ooh, it's going to be great. No, but 10 of Pentacles is great. I mean, I don't really see any other way to look at it. You could be starting a business with that person, and it could even just be a friend for the Two of Cups. It might not even be a lover, but a lot of times that's what we look at it as, but it can just be a person you connect with very well, very deeply, very strongly, and you guys are going to make shit happen because you're on the same page and you want the same things. So it's very possible now for you to make shit happen with that person, whoever that is. What's the outcome of the job interview yesterday? Olive. What does Olive need to know about the interview that they just had yesterday? What do they need to know about this interview they had yesterday? What do they need to know about this interview they had yesterday? You are going to be called to make a deliberate action. So you could be given different opportunities, maybe 2 different opportunities, for example, and you're going to have to choose one. But it seems like you're feeling pretty confident in that, like when that offer is made to you. I'm saying there's going to be an offer made to you because you're making a deliberate decision here. So you're going to have decisions to choose from, obviously. And so but you're going to feel very comfortable, you know, to make that decision. It's not going to be like an indecisive, like, oh, what do I do? It's going to be like, no, there's this way or that way, and I'm going to go this way. You know, it's going to be very, it's not going to be difficult for you to make that decision. I don't see that. So good. You have a lot of control in this situation, it seems. Okay, because you have the world in your hands, and then you also have the world around you. You're holding the world in your hands. And you're looking at it, and you're like, this is what I'm going to do. Like, it's just a very self-assured feeling. It's a very self-assured moment. So that's good. So don't stress too much on that. But what else do we need to know about this? You're feeling stuck and trapped. I feel like that's temporary. You need to look within. You need to start looking at what you're really trying to do in your life. You need to start to actually ask yourself these questions. Like, where am I going? How am I going to get there? What's my first step? And just, you know, little by little. That's all it takes. You just need to have a set plan. And some people don't work well with plans. Some people are like spontaneous, and that works for them. They don't like schedules or plans because that feels limiting to them. I feel like it's a bit different. I feel like you need to kind of have some kind of, at least for yourself, recognize like what you're actually trying to do and what you're doing to work towards where you're trying to be, because that's going to help you feel more clear, and that's going to help you to be able to connect with yourself and what you're wanting. Are you on the right path? Only you can know that. Like, there's never a wrong really answer for that, you know, like, unless you're not listening to what you actually want to be doing. When you go ahead and stop listening to what you want to do and what you're supposed to be doing for yourself, like when you stop listening to that, you know, path that you want to be on, you know this is wrong for you, but you're going to keep doing it, it doesn't feel right. So you got to start listening to what you want. And maybe if you don't know, maybe you need to start looking inside and asking yourself these questions. This is the time to do it, and you'll feel a lot less stuck if you're able to kind of formulate some kind of visual in your head that tells you where you're going and how you're going to get there, and if you're doing that or not. That's how you keep yourself focused on that path. You got to know where you're going. You can't just like I said, some people are spontaneous and they just like to, you know, figure it out along the way, but I don't think that's, you know, not everyone feels secure with that. And I feel like you're one of those people that needs to have some kind of a set plan, or it would feel better if you did, right? So let's see here. Let's continue. Gerard, what's my love interest? Ayan's next actions toward me soon. She's healing from her ex, and she just got a puppy from her mom. Okay. Cool. So we definitely have the devil here. It could be a Capricorn person. Or it could just be something where there's a lot of, like, karmic tension. Like, it's sexual tension, too. It's something that feels very, like, you can't really just say no. You can't shake it off. If it's offered to you, if it comes your way, like, there is no fucking way you can resist. And that's kind of dangerous, you know, because it's kind of like a lust thing. It's kind of a deep, dark, sexual, sensual thing that you just, it's like an inner darkness that basically has you by the balls, and you're fucked. I mean, like, but it feels good. But that's the thing, it has control over you, so that's where it gets dangerous. And it kind of, like, is hard to, you know, it's hard to rein that in, if you will. So basically, you're going to be called to take an action. You'll have a perfect opportunity to take this action, and that should be good, but you can miss opportunities, so just remember, keep your eyes peeled for that. Keep your eyes open and be ready to take action when you need to, and when you feel like the time is right. Don't be, like, getting cold feet at the last moment. There's no time for that. This is a opportunity that's going to slip away if you don't take it. And this opportunity to take action has something to do with the past. And, it could be letting go of the past. It could be that this thing is basically a thing that has been for a while, that you've been wanting to make something happen with this person, or whatever the case is with you two. There's, this is not the first time. It's either this person or something else that's causing you to not be able to let go of it. And, if the devil has anything to do with it, I'm not surprised, because it holds you there. It makes you feel like you can't escape. These people are chained to the devil here. They're chained, literally. So I wouldn't be surprised if you feel like you just can't shake it. I mean, there's no fucking way. It's just that difficult. There's an urge. There's a yearning, right? There's a calling for it in your life, and you just can't shake it. And it's very uncomfortable, and it's annoying, I'm sure. But you feel called to, go that way. And so basically here we have you not being able to let go of something. This is something that, you've wanted to have new experiences. You've went ahead and you've tried to put your foot forward, and then you have this foot firmly set in the past, because you cannot let go of certain things that you need to really let go of. But I understand, it's not that simple, and we've all been through it before, things similar to that. But you're going to be called to take action in a certain way, and I feel like it has something to do with letting this go. What is this action? What is this action? Is this person that we're talking about, well, we said it could be a Capricorn. Is that person an earth sign? Gerard, this reading's for you. And I need to know, is this person an earth sign? Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn? I see Capricorn here, and then we see earth. What are they needing to let go of? And Vanessa already gave your reading as well. So go back a little bit. And Olive, same with you. I gave your reading too, so go back a little bit. I don't know if you guys are behind or if you're just not listening to anything I'm saying, but you guys are repeating the same questions that I've already answered. And Gerard, I asked you a question too, and you keep repeating your question, so I guess you're not listening. All right. Well, that's a lot of energy.